For the first time ever, I'm doing 3 things in this channel. First is reviewing a vintage watch. Second is reviewing a vintage watch from the brand Orient. And the third, we just have to wait for it. Before we start the video, let's unbox the watch first. The unboxing experience is very simple. You get the packaging outside. Once you remove the packaging, you can find more foam or button paper on top of the watch box which is provided. And once you remove that, you have a leather stitched box from Watchtopia, who's our sponsor. More on them later. So once you open that, you have a foam, you have a cushion as well as more wrapping paper. And here's the watch. So there's nothing much to it. The Orient 3-star or Tri-star is one of the most affordable watches you could buy during the 70s. When it comes to specifications of this watch, there's not much information provided. But I've done some research and got you whatever I know. So it has a stainless steel case and body, 21 jewel automatic movement as well as great look. It has a day-date function and water resistance of only 50 meters. When it comes to the dimensions of this watch, I'll just mention what I got on the pop-up over here so that you can check it out. The design of this watch takes me back to the 70s. So this watch has everything a vintage classic should have. You have this very flimsy and slim stainless steel strap, a boxy stainless steel case, 2 pushers on the right, as well as the round casing on top of the dial. So this screams vintage classic to me. So let's talk more about the design. This is one of the more dressier watches during the past, and it has more gold accents to it. When it comes to 2 buttons on the right, it set the day with the top pusher and the time and date with the crown. When you move it clockwise, you set the time. When you move it anti-clockwise, you set the date with the crown. This watch has a non-hackable seconds hand. So the time accuracy is not as perfect in this watch. When you pull the watch to set the time, seconds hand stops, which is a hackable movement. But this one is a non-hackable movement. Probably this watch is at least 30 years old. It could be lesser than that as well. So we're not sure about it, but it has all the vintage vibes to it. If you take a look at the dial of this watch, it has a fluorescent hue to it. But there's a reason behind that as well, which the next chapter will actually tell you about. It has a gold accent to it. The Orient logo is of shiny gold. The indices, the hour, minute hand, and the 3-star logo are all in gold color. As well as the trim above the day-date function is also the same. So there's a lot of gold going on inside the dial. So you don't have anything outside it. It gives you more elegance to this watch when it comes to a dress watch. You've seen a lot of gold watches during the 70s, and this one is no exception. So it complements the fluorescent color of the dial, shimmers in bright light, and it actually looks really cool. So when the lights are off, it's a whole new game with this watch. There's not much information as such in the watch. There's nothing much else. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to this channel, as I do everything related to watches and watches only. And today's sponsor is Watchtopia. They're one of the best online retailers who buy, sell and repair vintage as well as new watches. They have a wide collection of vintage watches as well as new Casio watches you can buy. They do really fast deliveries as well all over India. So please do check them out in the description. I've mentioned their website as well as their Instagram page where you can buy vintage as well as new watches at affordable prices. When you're talking about the loom of this watch, it's the place where this watch actually outshines any other watch. This vintage watch has a fully loomed dial, which is very rare in many watches. Even present day, a fully loomed dial is quite rare to see. This watch perfectly does it. During the day, it's fluorescent colored dial with shiny gold markers, but during night, it's a bright loomed dial. So you can see the time very clearly, but you can't see the date. That's the logic behind a fully loomed dial. And the reason for me to pick this watch from Watchtopia is because of fully loomed dial. In Watchtopia's website, this watch is listed at 6,700 rupees. But you never know, it might not be the same price, it could be lesser than that as well. So please do check with Watchtopia when you're buying the watch. I'm just telling you the listed price. Before I answer that question, I'll have to make a few things clear. First of all, this is a vintage watch. The authenticity and reliability of this watch is guaranteed by Watchtopia, which is one factor. And the second thing is, it is a pre-owned watch. Some people might not like pre-owned watches. So when it comes to the price point of this watch, people might think I can get a brand new watch for the same price. So that is another factor. So if you're a vintage lover and you like to own a Orient for an affordable price, then this watch is for you. One good thing is, this watch is of smaller millimeter, so it can be worn by both men and women as well, and it's really good for slim wrist people as well. So these are my honest thoughts on the Orient TriStar. It's a really good watch and it has all the functions a vintage watch should have, and a great lume as well. I've discussed the pros and cons of this watch. I can't say there are cons of this watch because already it's a vintage watch, so there's a lot of things that you need to consider while buying a vintage watch. And if you want to buy more vintage watches, Watchtopia has most of them restocked right now. It's the best time for you to buy one. If you haven't seen my previous video about the Casio DW6900, you can check it out here, as well as the playlist of all the watch videos I've made over here. I'll see you next week with another exciting video. Until then, peace out.